Hello, hello, hello. I'm here. Yup. It says I'm live. Doesn't show anything on my channel yet, but it says I'm live. Okay, where's that? There's that. Okay, we're good. I think. Hello, hello, hello. I'm just doing a little stamping of these little tiny images until everybody gets here. I'm glad you're all here. Those of you who are. Oh, let's see. We'll put this one over there. Well, I'm about to run out of little pieces of paper. Okay. Let's do this one. Hi, Teresa. It is threatening to storm on us. It's just threatening, so let's see here. Put this away. Okay. Hi, Linda. Okay, why? Yeah, there we go. Why is it not showing Linda's name? Hi, Patricia. Good afternoon. I had these are borders off of some pages, and I did a little stamping on some of them. I don't know, a week or so ago. Might have been last week. I am just I'm doing them with the idea that then they will be right here on my table and I can use them whenever I want. So rather than having to get the stamp set out every single time I want to do, a little image. Hi, Mina and Sharon and Barbara. And there goes another thunder. Likely as not, it won't bother us, but if for some unknown reason we lose power, I will message with my phone. Well, I think I had some more, maybe. We'll see. I'm going to get busy and work with my little journal page in just a few minutes. I just wanted to give everybody time to get here before I started my little journal page. Those were some of the ones I did last week, I think. I'm going to have to get a little, I've got an envelope thingy I can put these in. I hope I said hello to everybody. If I missed somebody, I'm sorry. Can you hear that? It is really thundering. I should probably have gotten out something soft to put underneath this, because they probably would have stamped better, but that's okay. These are just for little collage-y things. Hi, Sherry. What do I want? I didn't do any of these the other day. Let's try this one. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Yes, thumbs ups would be nice. We all appreciate those. That'd be fun, just like it is as a border. I wonder, I can get them closer together. Let's see if I can get them in there neatly. I think 3 is enough. But I think I want some leaves, maybe for what I'm planning on doing with my little journal page today. We'll see. Let me put it this way. That doesn't look so good. It's all right. It's hi Kathy. Hi Gail. It's all right if it doesn't look perfect. This is just borders waste off of some book paper. So if it's not perfect, it's not a big deal. Okay, that's enough of that. I can do something else for a while. Okay. Now I have all those. Let's put these in so we maybe know what we're doing. Okay. Maybe we'll know what we're doing. Hi, Joyce. I hope I didn't miss anybody, but hello, everybody. We've had a very busy week. Okay, let's find our little journal. Where is it at? Time for a little journal page. Tried to undo it. We're upright, Kathy. We're upright. We're busy. We're upright, but all's good. How about you? Did you get all that corn put away? Kathy was canning, or I shouldn't say Kathy was canning corn, but somebody in her family was canning corn or freezing corn or doing something with the corn. I was playing with some sprays and some stencil the other day, and I'm seriously thinking about using one of these for my page. I think that I might use that one. Short notice, but you've got to attend your okay. Okay. Hi, Dawn. That's fine, Barbara. Don't worry. I'm good. Gardening finished, planting flowers, and Greg's working on landscaping. Aha. Well, we're just not. The garden is just kind of sad. It's time to start working on fall garden, which is a good thing, because fall garden is okay. Which way's up? That way's up. Fall garden is probably just as good as spring garden for most people. We only have one page in this book, so I have to decide what I want to work on. See, that's the page I did last week. I might work on that page right there because I'm going to cover most of it up is my plan. Hi, Pam. I'll be right back. I carried my good scissors off to my other table. Which I guess that was good because I forgot the extra pair of glasses. In case I need to actually see something. But Jeff's got my my new beds with the it has a trellis over it. He got that all finished up. So that is a good thing. That will be fun to work with and play with. Decide on. Okay, so if I put that in there, okay. It's for beans, for pole beans for the fall. But there'll be enough room to put some other things. I'll probably put carrots in there too. Pam, did I say hello? I hope so. Hello, Pam. Anyways, that's on my agenda, but it's not a big push because a lot of those things don't have to be done right now. Planting more in September's late August, which it is, but then September. So, okay. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, I was going to say, Kathy, gardening is not the easiest thing to do, but at the same time, the veggies are so good. We had bacon fried eggplant last week, and it's really good. Okay, so I have this little edge right here, but I also had this what is this thing? This is a baby wipe. Sorry. My relatives have spot on ESP for calling when I want to watch a live. I like that, Mina. It's a baby wipe, and I was cleaning up my table with it, but I was thinking that it might be fun to turn into a little fluffy tab that stuck out. Is what I was thinking. So we're going to see what it does. Yep, thunder, thunder, thunder. I think that will be cute. Now if I can just, I think I'll just glue and go and glue and go and see what happens. Nice thing is I have another piece. If it doesn't work, I have another piece, right? Uh-oh, rain. Jeff thinks he got a job for this fall. I don't know. Some of you might not know that Jeff does Santa Claus in the wintertime. He usually doesn't do it as a job. He usually just does it. He just volunteers, at churches and the senior center and stuff like that. And his suit was okay for that, but we've been going to make him a new suit. Well, the other day he went and interviewed with a photo studio, and it looks like he might have a job, and because of that, we've got to have a new suit. And you're not going to believe this, but I cannot buy proper red fabric. I like to use my color guard sheets too when they're pretty. Oh, yeah, that would work. Storm's a good book and a good tea. Yeah. Well, Kathy, the way it's been raining around here, it has rained and stormed every single day. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this like this. I'll make this little fluffy tab. I'm going to hold it. Hi, Patricia. I'm not worried about the work if I could just find the fabric, Gail. My other problem is that Jeff's too big for the patterns, so I am going to have to make my own pattern, which is not unusual. And the Santa suits that they have in the patterns are not what we want anyways, because they're not actually a jacket. They're pull on over your head things, and he needs something he can take the jacket off. It's too hot here to go someplace fully suited. So pulling a Santa suit over your head doesn't work. So, and I want to make him a really nice velvet St. Nick suit, the fancy European style suit. But that's not what he's going to need for this job, because he's going to need the Coca-Cola style suit. So you can send the rain here. We're now, Linda, we have had so much rain that my garden just went because of it. What, rained every day, Kathy? I'm sure it has. We have had virtually rain every single day. Okay, that's kind of cute. I kind of like it. Now we got to do something with it, of course, but and I've been trying to send Lisa rain for a year, but I can't seem to send her any. They keep forecasting rain here. For a while there, we didn't get as much rain as I thought we should get, but then we did finally. thinking I might cut leaves out of this. Maybe. Maybe. But first I need to draw it. Last 3.5 weeks. We've been having these downpours. Of course, this is normal for Pensacola to have these afternoon showers every day, but usually it happens in June. And I think it rained every single day in July. Yesterday it didn't rain through the day, but the and it has just been, like that. It's just rained and rained and rained. Can you guys see? Yeah, okay. It has rained so much that, peppers are a tropical plant, and they normally just love the heat, right? But it has been hot with so much humidity that my peppers have not functioned because they have so much humidity. And I thought that was kind of weird, but my son says it's kind of it's something that happens. So these are not going to be fun to cut out, but I still think that I want to do it. I was playing with this the other day, doing some other things, and these are leftovers, and I just think that they need to get used. So I'm going to do it. I'm also going to have to go turn the air conditioner down because I forgot to do that, and the tea fairy went back outside. Probably to rescue his cactus. His poor cactus have had it because he can't get them any sun without getting them rained on. There we go. It could only rain 6 days in July. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I do know that they're saying that we're going to have a lot more weird stuff like this, but okay, let's get this out of the big one. Okay, there's that piece. That piece. I'm used to having it rain all the time, but not like it's been. It's really been bad. And I'm really tired of going out somewhere to like an appointment of some sort and coming home with wet shoes. Because it's rained so hard. And of course, we've been doing a lot of that. I had to be out 4 days last week with appointments and stuff. I have to do my root canal Wednesday. Loving the monsoon season. Well, and after your monsoon season, Mina, the cactus should bloom, right? Or do they bloom? Because they bloom right after monsoon season, I thought. I I don't really want to be in the desert in monsoon season, but I would like to see the cactus right after. Okay, there's one. I would love it if stencils would also come with their masks. Wonder what companies do them. Hmm. I don't know, Mina. I can't. I can't think. But could you cut? Could you use die cuts or could you cut masks from the stencil like I'm doing right now? It would be harder trying to cut. You could use acetate and just draw on the acetate and then cut it out. It would depend on how intricate it would be. The cactus, Mina, don't the saguaro cactus, if I said that correctly, I said it wrong the whole time we were in the desert, but don't the saguaro cactus bloom right after monsoon season? Hi, Julie. Oh boy, it's raining. Jeff went Jeep riding yesterday, and the trail was so muddy. Somebody got stuck. Jeff did not get stuck, but somebody else did. Some cactus bloom saguaros have to be at least 35 years old. Yes, they do. But then saguaros are way older than I ever expected them to be. They have to be 75 years old before they get an arm, which I didn't realize. That was just amazing to me that it took 75 years for them to get an arm. I think I need one more. I think that I have to cut a third one. We'll see. Um, I don't like the yellow one. I think I'll have to cut one over here in the pink. Yeah. You know, the yellow one just doesn't speak to me. Yeah, I was truly amazed by how old the cacti are, and that the saguaros only grow right there in that valley. Um, that valley where Tucson sits is the only place that those saguaros grow. From what I understood, we went to the parks to see them and to the desert museum. Um, well, but you know, Gail, the birds don't really hurt the cacti when they make those nests in them. That was something else I thought was interesting. That the saguaros have a like a internal this drought did something. Yes, I'm sure the drought is doing all kinds of weird things. they have an internal wooden structure like a skeleton in those cacti, which I thought was very interesting. It does, yes, Gail, I agree. It does make them look sad. Mm-hmm. Yep. I also found out that uh, they do allow, um, I guess it has to be permitted, but the local indigenous people of the general area are allowed to come and pick the fruit from the cacti. I think they have to have permits and whatnot. But yeah, the fact that one that's like this tall is 15 years old, that was what was the holes callus over and the holes become nesting spots forever. Yep. I tried to find somewhere there was we what do you call that was plentiful everywhere we went this last year. Um, oh, it's the cacti with the pads. Ugh, I can't remember what it's called. It's gone now. Um, they even grow here. Oh, what is it called? It's got little, it's pads, and it I can't remember. It's gone. It's just gone out of my mind. Anyways, I tried everywhere to find a restaurant that served um, that cactus prickly pear. Thank you, Mina. It just went away. I just, couldn't. It didn't want to come into my mind. I don't know why. I wished I tried everywhere to find a restaurant that served prickly pear. Couldn't find any because I wanted to have some to eat and try it, and we couldn't find any place that did. In Spanish, it's Napal. Yeah. And of course, I'm sure that we weren't finding the mom and pop places, but they're you kind of got to live there to know those places. Tasty and helps lower blood pressure. I did not know about blood sugar. Did not know about that. Um, I know that when we lived in Austin, our next door neighbor's mom would fix. He told me she would fix it with eggs, but we never got a chance to try it. So, um, I was just trying to find somebody this year that had it, and just never did. I don't usually ink with black, but I thought these just kind of needed it. Yeah, Julie, you can eat the pads of prickly pear like a vegetable. The fruit, the after it flowers and you have the fruit, it can be eaten like a fruit, but it can also be made into products like jelly and whatnot like that. Um, I was really looking for the vegetable green kind of thing when I was. You could buy prickly pear jelly in the store everywhere, but we don't eat jelly, so oh yeah. Uh-huh. You toast the spines off. See, that's one of the reasons I never tried to fix it. When we lived in Texas, I didn't know how to get rid of the spines. So and Julie, it can become invasive here. People put it in their yards as an ornamental plant, and they can get very large and very sort of invasive here. Okay, I like that, but I think we need to ink a little, and I should have probably inked that side before. Oh, yep, I should have, but that's okay. We'll just ink the top and the bottom and let it be that. Cut them up, drain the gummy froth off, and simmer. Oh, okay, so you cook them like green beans then. Eloy's mom, for some reason, she scrambled them with eggs. Apparently a lot. That's how she fixed them. Okay. So far, that's what we got. And a very dirty thumbnail. Okay. I've driven through. Thank you. Hi, Andrea. Thank you very much. Yep. Thumbs. Welcome. After cooked, then after you cook them, then you scramble them with the eggs. Okay. Well, now that I know you toast the spines off. See, I've never really looked, I guess. That's part of it. I probably could walk into anybody's yard around here and ask if I could cut some off. Okay, I really like that, and I think that may be all I'm going to do except put some words on it. Going to go sew up blankets, but listen, okay, sew up blankets. That was the other thing I was going to do today, and I forgot to get in these words. Let's see, what kind of words do we want to put? Hi, Brittany. Okay, where's my words? Here's my words. Let's see what words are in here. Okay. Well, I have all of these words, so maybe something in them will work. These are, let's just pull this whole little stash out. Oh, I like this one already. It says, today is full of possibilities. Kind of like that. I also like find joy in the ordinary, but I like today is full of possibilities. Just a second. Jeff came in. Let me ask him to do something. Jeff, honey, can you hear me? Oh, apparently not. Oh, well. I was going to ask him to turn the air conditioner down. I always forget that when I get in this corner over here with all these lights on, that it gets warm. The rest of my studio is fine all day long, but if I get in this corner to do a live stream, it gets warm. That's supposed to say if I never get to try. Well, you know, Julie, I just like to try. I try a lot of odd things. Doesn't mean I like them, but I do like to try them. Okay, I think that's what we're going to do. I kind of like that. You know, like I said, it was odds and ends that I was playing with this week, doing some other things that I was working on, and they're kind of like the leftover stuff. So it's not like little tiny things that I put on my table, but that's all right. It's not quite so trashy is what I usually use. I usually use trash. So did I get that really crooked? No, okay, it's all right. Now we got to glue these down. Okay. Watch it. Video on color theory. Purple and turquoise to me always go together. Of course, you know, my studio has purple and turquoise odds and ends of things that I have done. But then I threw the lime green in there, which is like my ceiling fans. You guys have seen my ceiling fans, I think. Let me see if I can get you a picture. This is just the blades of the ceiling fan that I painted. They're turquoise with purple, darker turquoise, and lime green. And then they got little white dots on them. And then my desks are painted that same way, plus my purple drawers and my green drawers. And yeah, not quite so trashy. I didn't quite use the trash this time. This is more less trashy, less little tiny pieces is the deal. I did all that when I first was moving into the studio. It's the first time I've ever had a studio that I felt like doing some kind of decorating in, because most of the time my studios have been in the basement, you know, so they haven't been bright and airy and that kind of thing. So this one has been I really enjoy all my windows, even if I can't keep it clean because I don't have enough wall space to put stuff up there. But I just love being able to see outside all day and all that kind of stuff. Okay. It's better to ask for forgiveness than to Gail, when we moved into this house, my husband told me I could do anything I wanted because I was so tired of not being able to do anything but, you know, basic paint colors because we knew we would sell it, that kind of thing. So not only did I do that to the ceiling fans, but he told me I could paint the walls any color I wanted, and I could do my kitchen any way I wanted. Of course, we weren't supposed to live in this house right away, and because we did have to live in it all of a sudden, I didn't get to do my kitchen the way I wanted. I wanted plumbing pipe to make my lights go all the way across the ceiling and stuff like that. And I didn't get to do that because it was just one of those things where we had to have a kitchen now. But thanks, Linda. My kitchen floor. Okay, let me find a piece of paper I can draw on. Okay, we have tile. Okay, just plain cream colored ceramic tile, ugly. Okay, but hi, Simone. It was cracked. You know, I had these cracks in it like that. So what I did was I took all of this space out. I cut it up. I mean, I took it all up and I bought river rock and I inserted river rock in all these holes of the tile. It's not finished actually. And I actually had to cut a few places to make it look like it belonged, but everybody loves it. It's this cream ceramic tile, and then wherever it was cracked, I cut holes in it and inserted these little river rocks that are flat on top, and then so now it looks like I've got, and I was going to do concrete countertops and stuff like that, but we just did not have time to do all that. That's true, Pam. It's like, now the other part of my studio is the fact that my studio is wood everywhere, except for the windows. I have 8 huge windows. This is about what my studio is. This whole wall and this whole wall are windows. There's 6 in this side and two in this side. But then any place there's not a window, including my ceiling and floor, is wood. My ceiling and walls are pine paneling and my floor is oak. So I have all that wood. I had to break it up with some color somehow. So I really like my page today. It came out really fun. It is, Gail, and it isn't, because all the windows means that I cannot put like bookshelves against the wall or things like that. I've had to do some really weird, I'll show you. Just a minute. I'll take another picture. Oh, come here, camera. Jeff did this for me. Okay. If you can tell, this is where the windows are. Right above the window is a board for shelves, and I have 3 walls done already. These 3 walls, this one, and this one, are all done with boards, and I'm thinking about asking him to do this wall, because that means that I can store, because this is mostly art books. This is stuff to use for art, because I have this horrible infatuation with gathering things that I don't get used. So, but I'm going to have to excuse myself for just a minute. I have got to go turn the air conditioner down. I'll tell you in just a minute, Mina. I'll answer that question. I'm sorry, I was just about to. Yes, I do have some videos of my studio. That's true. It's very messy videos. Okay, let's see here. First off, I have 4 workspaces. Right here, this is my computer station. Right here is a big table and my sewing machine sits on it. Right here, and this is what I thought when I had all these windows, I wanted to put my bead making over here against this wall. Well, I can't make beads facing into the light. It doesn't work. So I have to have my back to the light and making beads over here. Then this is my video space. And I did have to block off one of these windows. I've got whiteboard back there so that my lights bounce off that whiteboard and then back onto the space. How do you get up there to get something off? Julie, Jeffrey bought me the nicest stepladder you could imagine. It came from, it's a Gorilla stepladder. He got it they were on sale at like the box store, like Home Depot or Lowe's. I don't remember which one it was. And it's in the spare bedroom because I have to use it in there too. But it will usually fit in there. This corner right in here is almost impossible for me to get to, but I have stuff I don't use very often in that corner, and if I have to have something from there down, Jeff has to come get it. So, and a lot of times he comes and gets it for me. Then let's see here. There is a cabinet here. There is my I have those map drawers right here. This is the door. There's a door. There's also a door right here. There's a shelving unit right there. My glass cabinet sits right here because Jeff had to put, we had to put the glass cabinet right there. There was no other options because it weighs too much. Let me show you. See this? Now, there's not near as much glass in it as there was 2 years ago when we, 6 years ago when we put it there. But that thing weighs so much that you can't move it. Because it's got glass rods in it. Let's see if I can get you up where you can see them. Yeah. Those are rods of glass. And let's see here. That pile right there, I would say is probably 3-4 pounds. This is probably a pound. So, there's a lot of weight in there. When we moved, the poor guy had to move close to 1,000 pounds of glass for me. So, I didn't date my thing yet. Hi, Kathy. Anyways, so far it's worked. This has worked pretty well, other than storage issues. And if I didn't collect so much stuff, I wouldn't have so much problem storing stuff. Let's put a date on this one. Today is 8/21. Okay, so it's August 21, 2022. Right now, while I'm thinking about it, Thursday, Thursday. I do not know for sure if I'll be streaming Thursday or not. I have to have that root canal on Wednesday. So if everything, yes, Tanya keeps going shopping. Yes. Do you guys want to see what I did last week? I'll show you. I'll go get it and I'll show you. I was very, 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 very bad. But I do have a plan. I do have a plan. Just did a studio walkthrough stream. Oh, Kathy, I'll have to watch. I need to do another one. I haven't done another one in a while. My sister made the comment when I was showing off my paper thing that she could see my floor. And I have, my floor is all cleaned up except for one place. There's only one place left on the floor where you cannot get to stuff. But I'm gonna work on that. You know, let me back out just a little bit. And let me make sure my hands are clean. I don't want ink on any of this stuff. Come on, where's my little thingy? Okay. Let me get my hands clean, guys, because I definitely don't want ink on this. My baby wipes are all dry. I don't know why. Hi, Kathy. Is that what it is? I wish that I could I wish I had something to blame it on, Mina. But it's just, I guess it's just my hoarding nature. But I went after something specific, and of course I came back. I need to put this down so that I don't want to get this dirty. Just a minute. Let me find something better than that. This will work. Okay. Okay, so I went after this. The store I used to work for in Crestview did a walkthrough thing, and they had two different ones of these. One had a black background and one had the white background. Well, when I was going to get one of each, a piece of each. That's all I went for. Okay, that's all I went for. But I didn't like the black. It meant that there wasn't quite the same definition in the bugs, and I really wanted the bugs to kind of stand out. So I got the white, but then of course I had to have a few other things. So we're looking at stuff, and Jeffrey says to me, "This looks like your art." Okay, so I think it did too. It really kind of does look like something I would do. But then he found another one. Uh-oh. Oh, my camera does not like that one. Woo. Okay, I'll put it up there. Maybe it'll stop. Okay, so we found that one. But it was Fat Quarter Tuesday. Okay, and there was this butterfly, which I really wanted the fat quarter. Yes, hubby the enabled. He enabled for fabric, no less, and he does not like it when I collect fabric. They had these two butterflies, which, of course, they had to come home with me. One is green and one is orange. Okay, so this is, you know, So it's Fat Quarter Tuesday. Well, Fat Quarters are on special on Tuesday. But then if you buy 12 of them, okay, guys, wait, I have to tell you, if you buy 12 of them, you get one free. So here I've got two, right? So then we start looking for Fat Quarters because, I've already got two. I should be able to get to 12. Oh, yeah, Cameron's having nervous. It's a riot that her husband is helping her shop. Okay, Andrew, what's even funnier is he drove me over there. um, okay, so, all right. I've got two. I got to get to I got to get 13 total, right? Were there any B ones? There might have been B's, but I didn't get any B's. I didn't look for B's, honestly. I found both of these were just, they're both kind of steampunky. Let me show you the other two steampunky ones before I go on. This one's kind of an aquatic steampunky thing, which I really liked. But then Jeff really liked this one because it's got an elephant. This elephant attracted him. And the whole point is I don't intend to use them whole, I don't think. Most of these I'll use pieces of anyways. So, but I thought those were cool. I'm going to have to do something with them, of course. I can't just leave them in my stash, which is usually what I do. Now, another thing that I had gone for, and it was a good thing I went when I did, because this was the last Fat Quarter they had left. They had a whole bolt, but they sold the entire bolt of this. And this is the last Fat Quarter that they had left. So, and I want to do like I'm thinking I'd like to try to do some kind of journal cover with it. Yes, they would go very well with that steampunk Stamperia set, Julie. I don't have any of that stuff. The Stamperia stuff, I don't have any of that to speak of, but I can come up with enough steampunk stuff to come up with things. Anyways, this was another piece that I had gone after, and all they had was, this was the last Fat Quarter that they had. So I was really pleased to get that one. Okay, what was next? Oh, here's another butterfly because Margie thought I really needed that butterfly. Oh, Kathy, I will tell you what. I used to work for Margie. I have fabric. Hi, Riri. And this butterfly pretty? This one, okay, the camera's not showing it, but it's got metallic gold speckles in it. And I didn't know about this one until Margie found it for me. So, okay. This one went with the steampunky stuff. This is, Jeff saw this one and he thought it, again, that it kind of looked like stuff I do, I don't know that it's my favorite, and I probably could have chosen something else beside it instead of it, but I really kind of like it, and it was getting to the point where Jeff needed to get out of the store. Yeah, everybody's enabling me. Yeah, I don't need anybody to enable me though, Andrea, because I can enable myself really bad. Okay. These I actually got for a reason. Those cards I got recently and the haul I did that I want to make some little journals. Sweet that her husband. Andrew, he pays attention. I had her at Mermaids. Oh, you should see the huge panel, Riri. There's a great big mermaid panel. Now she's already reordered the yardage, but there's a great big huge mermaid panel that is absolutely gorgeous. She's had other mermaids in the past, but oh, gal, these, it's just about the store too. I mean, and now there were no fat quarters cut out of these. They cut fat quarters out of these for me. Um, yeah, the badger, the little mouse, these guys. Okay, those cards I got that I told you I want to make little tiny journals out of. I want to make some little tiny journals for my mom to give to the girls at her assisted living thing for little thank yous. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I got this one. It's got a little fox on it too. That's cute. It's got some adorable little plant. This little squirrel's adorable. So those are to kind of, oh, this little hedgehog. Okay, and okay. And then I got the birds. And these birds I got in this creamy color background. Hi, Linda. Um, Thank you, Linda. Uh, the girls are really good to mom. I mean, when we were gone, one of them went and got some medication that she had to have picked up. Instead of her having to call somebody to get it for her, they come by there, so they stopped and got it. Um, Anyways, I got this one in both the creamy color background and the white background just because it was just too pretty. It just was so pretty. Uh, but one of the nice things is if you can't find a fat quarter, Margie will cut you a fat quarter out of it. But look at the border on this. The border's even adorable. It's got little creatures on the border. So, and there's one more. Um, I used to work for her too. That was another thing. I used to teach classes over there. I had to have, okay, so that was my 12, right? So then Margie has miscounted and miscounted, so I had to find one more. And I had to have the dragons. These dragons are fabulous. I just love them. So, anyways, I went after bugs. I went after the bugs and the mermaids. That's all I was going to get. And 13 fat quarters and 3 half-yard pieces later, um, and then of course I had to take Jeff out to lunch. And they don't have any Santa Claus fabric either, so I can't make a Santa suit with anything she's got because she didn't have anything that was going to work. Hi, Bara. Gail, Margie keeps, for starters, Margie wasn't always quilt store, but she has kind of traversed into having the most amazing selection of high-end cottons around. So she has all kinds of cottons that you wouldn't find anyplace else, and that's one of her specialties kind of thing. So that is I think that's they cut fat quarters all the time. um I'm trying to clean up so I can do something else. I heard a rumor that you won some cool stuff. Oh, who won? Who won cool stuff? Mina's hyperventilating. Dragons. Yeah, I knew I had to show that one last because you'd said something about it, Mina. You think Sherry did? Oh, okay. All right. So I have to tell y'all that this last week has been really, really wild. I mean, so wild that I have forgotten. Okay. Last week when Lisa and I jelly plated, I was working on this particular, I think I'm backed out as far as I can go, guys. Just a minute, I'll double check. And the other thing is I don't know if y'all know this about, that's as far as I can go, about fabric. Let me get this piece out so you can see. We'll just pull one out. Okay, this particular piece, it doesn't have enough of a salvage to tell me whose it is. I could call over there and find out, but I don't know that you can for sure. But sometimes you can buy the same pattern, the same design at Hobby Lobby or Joann's or those places. Okay, but it will not be the same quality fabric as you get somewhere else. The base fabric can be different quality base fabrics with the same print on top of it. So sometimes when you find it extremely cheaper than you would think, it's, from the quilt store fabric is a different base fabric, and therefore the stuff you get at Walmart is not. So that's one of those things that I didn't know until I started selling sewing machines. And I started selling sewing machines. Okay, Brandon will be 32, 35, 37 years ago. 30, maybe more than that. It might have been close to 40 years ago I started selling sewing machines. And when I learned about quality sewing machines and the quality of fabrics, I learned a big thing. I'm kind of picky when it comes to fabric. I'm exceptionally picky when it comes to thread. If I'm going to sew something that's a garment that's got to make a difference. If I'm going to sew on paper, do you think I care? No. But if I'm going to sew like a garment or something, I am a lot more picky about my thread. I am extremely picky about needles. So, Anne McCaffrey's Dragon Rider. I have to write that down. McCaffrey. Dragon. Yes, Julie, photocopying would be a copyright issue. The designs of fabric is a copyright issue. I don't photocopy much of anything except my own things, just to avoid that. That's one of those. I might make a copy of something on the internet, but it's for me to look at, to draw from. Like, okay, I don't know what I'm thinking of. Okay, so say I wanted to draw this dinosaur. and I didn't actually have a picture in my hand. I may make I might download it and make a copy of it, but it will be so I can so that I can get a good drawing to draw from. It won't be that I was going to copy it. Barbara, let me go get a couple packages of needles and I'll be right back. Barbara asked a question, guys, and I'm going to answer it because I can. Yeah, and there's a big difference in hand stitch needles too. I just don't have any of those. I like to use John's. I think it's John. I could probably find those later, but right this minute I don't know where they're at. I don't have a package. The deal is, if you knew how needles were made, they make hundreds of thousands of needles at one time. They're dumped into a bin and they go through this machine. And so just because I have a brand new pack of needles, just opened it, just put that needle in, does not mean it's good. It doesn't take squat to take the tip off a needle so that it's no longer properly sharpened. I will not use anything but Schmetz needles, period. Now, back in the day, Bernina used to package their own needles just like this, but they were Schmetz needles because they had this deal with Schmetz, and so they put them in their packages, but I don't think they do that anymore. So now the Schmetz ones are the only ones I'll use. If it says Singer on it, I can guarantee it's probably made in China. Singer is no longer a company that actually makes things. They sell that name, and they put that name on things because people recognize it. But Singer got out of sewing machines a long time ago, and they just sell that name to put on stuff. Singer actually, the last I heard, was making parts for NASA. I don't know if they still are or not. But Schmetz needles are the ones that I buy. And now recently, I found out about these. They're called non-stick needles. When I'm sewing through something where it might have glue on it, these are what I've been using, especially with paper. They are coated with like a Teflon coating that, okay, this package was $6.50. They're size 70 or 10, which is a little thin if you're going to sew through anything heavy. A 80-12 is a really a good general purpose needle. The other thing is when you're sewing paper, you don't want to poke a big hole. So you don't really want a jeans needle because a jeans needle is like a 16 or a 100. And that pokes a pretty good hole. So it's just one of those things. Change the needle often if you're sewing fabric. However, I would tell you before you change your needle thinking that the needle's bad, 99% of the time a sewing machine is not threaded correctly when there's a problem. In all the years, I had people bring sewing machines to me and say, it won't sew. I've changed the needle, done this, done that. It's not threaded correctly. It's missed a tension assembly or a loop or something. it just is, it's pretty much a given that I can say 99% of the time that's the problem. But then you get this problem where the tip of that needle's gone, or there's a burr on that needle because it came out of the factory with a burr on it. So does that answer your question, my dear? I hope so. The bigger the number, the fatter the needle. These are embroidery needles, and they just came out of mom's bag. So it just, you know, it's probably not something I'll probably use for a while because they probably came out of mom's stuff. These new non-stick needles are the ones I've been using a lot for anything that, especially if it's got Mod Podge on it. You know, that's, the tension is always a problem. Okay, I would almost guarantee, Mina, it's the thread and needle you're using in combination. It really is. I promise. So many people will tell me that it's the tension, and it will be the thread. Set your upper tension, which is the little dial knob, to 5. That's in the middle, and leave your bobbin tension alone. And then, if there's a problem, message me and I'll try to help you with it. Okay? I'll be glad to look at a picture and tell you. I can almost tell you from a picture what's going on. I've had that many people that will tell me, because sewing machines don't need their tension changed. 99% of the time, they don't need their tension changed. Andrea, I use Metrocene thread. Just a minute. I should have brought that back with me. And I'll show you why. I'll bring it back in and I'll show you why. But Mina, I'm not kidding. If you're running into a tension problem, message me and I'll give you a phone number and you can call me and we'll try to work it out. Okay. Let me bring this back in, because not a whole lot of the time it is not the tension, it's something else. Hi, Janice. The more, yeah, I'm not getting very much artwork done, but that's okay. Okay. Let me see if you can see this. I was hoping it would show up pretty well. Okay, let me change the called Singer to recommend a business to service in my city. They blew me off. This explains things. Yeah, Singer is not really, okay, let me try this. I'm going to try the autofocus for a minute and see if we can get this to focus. Let me move this stuff underneath. Okay. Okay. Oh, shoot. Come on. Okay, there we go. Okay. Do you see how these go at an angle like that? Okay, and down here is the same angle. Let me roll this spool around, see if I get a, there we go. That's a really good look at it. Do you see how it's like, okay, wait, stop. All the way up and, okay. Okay, and then the white one is just parallel all the way down. Okay. Oh, hold on just a minute. Okay. Sorry, guys. You know, lately I have to look at my thing. Okay. So the first thing is that the thread I use is 100% polyester to sew garments. I don't use a cotton thread. It's not strong enough. But this is 100% polyester. It's also a long fiber polyester. It's cross-wound is what they call it. Because it's cross-wound, it does not compact the threads in the same way that this other kind of thread does. So this is Metricine Metler. It's 100% polyester, and that's what I use for garments. Now this one is good old crap thread. Came out of my mom's junk, but I needed something white the other day for, I can't remember what I was doing, but it didn't matter. This is a cotton covered polyester thread, and what happens is it peels. It will get a burr on it, and then the cotton will peel off the polyester part. Or even if it's 100% polyester, it can peel that way too. Because this is cross-wound, it is just, it doesn't compact the threads. But imagine what this has done to the inner part of the thread. It has compacted that thread and caused more trouble because now the thread inside of it is flat. This one doesn't flatten down so much. The other thing is that because it's 100% polyester, because it is a long fiber polyester, it doesn't have that outer core that's going to shred. That is one of the reasons. Now, if I can't get Metricine or Metler, I will use it begins with a G. I want to say Grumbacher, but that's not the right thing. Just a minute. I will look it up for you. I don't know why this is doing this lately. Polyester thread, P-O-L, polyester thread. I never use Coats and Clark, ever. Never, ever, ever. I will not use it. Okay. Gutermann, there it is. Okay. The other thread that I will use is Gutermann thread. I knew I couldn't remember what it was called. Yes, good something. Gutermann is cross-wound, comes on the small spools like this. And I will use that. It's not my favorite. It's a little thicker than this. But, you know, I don't do a lot of garment sewing anymore. So I buy huge spools of, I have a gray, a black, a navy blue, a white. I think there's a maroon in my box. Yeah, Gutermann is a pretty good brand. It's just not my favorite. And since I have these big spools, and since I can buy these big spools at my favorite store when I can get fabric when I need it, brown, yeah. This brown one is called Metricine. Here. Oh, it's Metrosene or Metler, Mettler. Metricine, Metler, they're both the same. Now, Metler makes 100% cotton. They make a decorative polyester thread, that kind of thing. I still have some clothes to sew, like Santa Claus suit, that kind of thing. Does the spool tell me it's long fiber? No, I just happen to know that from experience. This is a Swiss made thread. The Gutermann is German made, I believe. And see, this one says it's 3-ply polyester. It doesn't say it's a cotton covered polyester, but I can guarantee it'll split on you. This one is the same thing. It comes on these small spools. It's just a big old spool of it. Not the way a cotton thread does, but it's as fast as I sew and as many stitches as I put down. Thank you, Janice. It will still leave dust in my sewing machine, but then I clean my sewing machine every time I use it. That is one of the things that I learned a long time ago. A clean, oiled machine sews way better than anything else. So I clean and oil my machine pretty much every time I use it. If I run over there to make one stitch, one line, something like that, I won't. If you sew paper, no matter what you do, sewing paper, you want to clean your machine afterwards, because paper will suck the oil up out of your machine. And you want, I mean, what happens when you think about it? Okay, so I have this piece of paper and I sew it, and that needle punches through it, and those little tiny pieces of paper come down, get in my sewing machine, and suck the oil. Yeah, 100% something, Julie. For decorative work, okay, for decorative work, they make, I'll be right back. Let me go just get the box that I've got sitting there. I didn't bring the box because it's buried. And you have to understand too that this is just a minor amount of the types of threads that they make for decorative work, because my mother has thousands upon thousands of spools of thread. I have an entire container full of spools of thread. Yes, Janice, paper can gum up the works if it gets down in your machine too bad. So, well, you know, Andrea, I taught for years, but I don't know that I want to do that anymore. Do you see how shiny those are? Those are rayon threads. Now they make a new kind that is really, really shiny like this. It's all polyester and it's a little stronger. Yes, I did say I would do that. And part of my problem with that is my sewing machine is different than, you know, there's multiple different kinds, but yeah, I need to do that. This thread is 100% cotton. Okay. I will try to do that. I have a little different setup now for working over there. Now that I'm using my phone to make videos, which makes it a lot easier, I should be able to do it a little bit better. I'll try. To handy info page. Now I don't think that they come on this size spool and on this. I don't think they come this shape anymore. Okay, these are old, but these are 100% cotton. They were designed to fill in because they're fluffy. Okay, and I think Andrea asked me if this. Okay, this will leave fluff everywhere in your sewing machine. Guaranteed. I might have to change in the middle. You must leave. Okay, so, okay, Gail. Have a great afternoon. Sometimes in the middle of a project, I will have to stop and clean up my machine because this 100% cotton thread will leave fluffies everywhere in my machine. Okay, but what happens is when you're trying to sew. Okay, I had a piece of paper here that I was. Okay. Okay, stop. This is a zigzag stitch, right? But when you shorten your zigzag stitch, you get really close together, right? Okay. Bye, Gail. Imagine what happens when the needle goes up and down through that fabric that many times. It pulls a lot of thread. Well, this thread will fill that fluff because it's fluffy. It will fill it in, and you don't have to have your stitches quite so close together because this fluffy thread fills it in. The rayon thread is shiny. It's thin, so you have to get a little closer together. This also can break. It can be very ornery. Metallic thread, okay? Metallic thread can peel like crazy because what is it? Metallic thread is like one of these threads, and then it has a little metal fiber wrapped all the way around the thread. Yeah, fluff shedding like your cat. So metallic thread, what it is, it's like that cotton covered polyester, and the fact that there's the little piece of like plastic, because metallic thread is actually plastic, wrapped around probably a polyester thread. So what happens is that as it goes around and as it goes up and down through the needle, that metal or plastic piece catches and then it'll peel right up. So that is again where needle and thread have to match. If they don't match, then you have trouble. Okay, there is no way, I don't think, for you to see this on this needle. What's the biggest one? This is the biggest one. Looks like I can get Metricine or Metler in a brick and mortar shop. Yay! Oh, you can't. Well, it's not easy to get here, Julie. The only reason I can get it is because I can go to Margie's and get it. I couldn't get it at Joann's or any of those stores. You can get Gutermann at Joann's. Yeah, and Andrea, cleaning and oiling your machine the way you're supposed to will really help your machine last a lot longer. The metallic thread likes to unwind too. Yes. Okay. And okay, I'm going to do a generalization thing. Okay, because not all sewing machines are the same. The one I carry in the camper is different than the one I have in the house. But it's the one I carry in the camper is old and it's kind of specialized. And okay, this needle, oh gosh, I really wish I can't. I'm gonna do, if this starts pulsing, we're just gonna have to deal with it for the moment. Okay, okay, come here, come on, I want you to focus. Okay, come on, focus, focus, focus. All right, yeah, all right. You can kind of see it. See, that side is flat, that side is round. Then I'd buy Gutermann, Julie. That's what I would do. On most sewing machines, and I say most, that flat side goes to the back of your machine. Okay? On that flat side, ooh, it did it right away. Okay, no, 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 it's not going to. I'm just going to have to tell you about it. You'd have to get a needle out. There is a groove all the way down this needle. There's a groove, and then there's a dent. Okay, above the eye. There we go. Okay. The thread has to fit in that groove and then in the eye. If you try to use a tiny, tiny needle and a big old fat thread, it isn't going to work because it's not going to ride in the groove where it needs to go. So, and that's even for sewing paper. So even though I want to use a smaller needle for sewing paper, if I'm going to use a big fat thread, I have to have a bigger needle so that it has a bigger groove. It's not about the eye, it's about the groove. Okay. that answers some of those questions. This, okay? This is a spool of serger thread. It's 100% polyester. It's not very good thread, if you ask me, for sewing machines. Does that mean I don't ever use it on my sewing machine? No, I use this on my sewing machine, especially if I'm sewing paper, because I have it. And if I want a color because I have it, I will use it. Makes sense. And why there are different needle sizes, not just material, but the thread. Yes, that's right, Janice. That's absolutely right. So, okay. Now that is a very itty bitty part of needles and thread. Does anybody have any questions that I might be able to answer? They are also making some really beautiful acrylic decorative threads, which are stronger than this rayon decorative thread. Mom's got a lot of them. They last longer too. Oh, sorry guys, I drew air in and the air choked me. Um, there are, Janice, there are things called top stitch needles where it has a bigger groove and a bigger hole to take top stitch thread, to take a big thread through the hole. But that's, just a, this is like a minor piece of information. And I had something else in my head that I was going to say to you, and I forgot when I choked. But they make special needles for leather. I actually have some there. Leather is it doesn't have a fiber, so you have to actually cut it to make the hole rather than poke it with a round needle. The needle is got like a little, it's like a little knife point, so it pokes and cuts a little tiny hole when it goes down. Another thing that can cause a lot of issues that people think are tension is the needle not being all the way up in the sewing machine the way it's supposed to be. That can cause a big issue, because then that little groove that was on the back side of the needle does not line up with where the I have no idea. I've never heard of sew all thread, Julie. Okay, let me put this all out of the way. I got it. Almost always consult the machine book or other source to do basic stuff, and the next never do more than basic stuff. Yeah. Well, I'm always willing for you to ask me a question. I just don't sew very much anymore, and I never did a lot of garment sewing. I have to tell y'all, I did a lot more art sewing than I ever did garment sewing. My garments were art pieces. I did a lot of jackets and things like that that were they would take me 2-3 months to complete because they were 3-dimensional art pieces. And I don't have a single one of them anymore because I got rid of them all. I didn't wear them, so. Well, Julie, the biggest thing I will tell you is don't stop doing it just because you don't know for sure what you want to do. Just do, and then if you run into a problem, then look up your problem, because the sewing machine it's not easy to break one. It's easy to break a needle, and you don't want to pull and push, because if you break a needle, you can scratch things inside. You want to clean. Yeah, Nancy's still on. She's on our channel at least, anyways. Okay. Now, what I started to tell y'all when I got this out, yeah, the PBS quilting show is really fun to watch because they do a lot of interesting things. It isn't just they paint and do um, all kinds of stuff like that. If I catch it, I had an idea for this particular file folder last Thursday when we were on the live, and I can't for the life of me remember what I was going to do with it. I was going to make a journal, something specific I had in my head. Did I tell anybody what I was going to do? I don't remember telling anybody what I was going to do. Yeah, they do tons of different things. Yep. Julie, if you've had it a long, long time, don't sew a garment together with it. That's what I'll tell you. Because you don't want it to come apart. But if you're sewing paper, this thread is, that's what I was going to tell you. That was the other thing. Thread gets old. Okay, that just broke. That easy. Okay. If you're sewing and your thread is constantly breaking like that, then the thread is, okay, Linda, bye-bye. Then the thread is too old to use that way. That's when I start making little thread nests with it for my art. Now, this one's probably reasonably old. This is also polyester. That was cotton. Julie, I use my Bernina for paper. The biggest thing I'll tell you is if you sew paper, clean your machine. Just clean it. And then oil it the way your book tells you to oil it. I sew paper all the time. We used to teach kids at the store. Yeah, Janice, that's my thought. I was going to fold it up and make a journal. Okay. I can't remember exactly what for. So doesn't really matter because what I want to do is I want to do some more decorating on it. So I thought I'd do that today. But yeah, Julie, just make sure you clean it when you're done. I sew paper all the time on mine, and we used to teach kids. We used to give them mazes and maps to sew because then they had to turn corners. I actually used to teach my beginning sewing class. Okay, a Bernina has something called a knee lift lever, at least most of the bigger ones do, where it raises and lowers the pressure foot. To turn a corner, you don't reach your hand back here and lift, you use your knee. So I used to actually give my new machine students pieces of paper that looked like that, where they had to start and turn all these corners, but they weren't allowed to use their hands. So yep, I don't waste that thread. It's a thread nest. I will make a thread nest. Yep. Yeah, Jess, I was thinking folding it up and everything, but I was just like, what? Okay, I have to get some paint, and I didn't think to get the paint out ahead of time. So I want some black paint. Where's my black paint? Okay. I want to do some more marks on this piece of paper. So A Husqvarna, yes. A Viking. Yep. Okay. I have, this is, you know, it has from labels. That's what I'm going to use for my palette. And I don't know what I'm going to do exactly yet, but for right now, I'm going to put some more of these circles on here just because this is not, I don't know, doesn't really, something about it isn't done. Does that make sense to y'all? It just isn't done. Okay. Oh, but I'm going to need, I need a piece of paper to put under the edge. Oh, there's, this will work. Because we got to put some of these off the edge, right? Or a pen, yeah. Uh-oh, that just got black on the back. Yep. Yeah, that didn't work so well. Yeah, it kind of has to, you know, talk to you. Kind of has, and I'd like to remember what it was that I was going to do with this. For the life of me, I can't remember. I know I was gonna use it for a journal cover. I just can't remember what. Which that doesn't surprise me. Things have been kind of like that lately. I'm surprised that I can, you know, stand up anymore some days. Okay, that's good for that. Did I replay the video? What? Maybe I said it aloud. I haven't yet, but I will probably. I don't know that I did. I don't know that I made a comment about it at all. And that's, you know, it's hard for me to figure out what I've done. Okay, I'm going to use this and see if it works today to make my dots the way I want to make them. Yep, it does. Yeah, about the journal, I'll have to go back in and watch it and see if I can figure out what I was planning. I'll also ask Lisa, which I haven't asked Lisa yet. Because she might remember. Well, and I really like when I really want to do more sewing in some journals, simply because I love all the little thread tails. I really like the tails. I like them hanging down and now it's starting to look more like me. Hand sewing paper is what I used when the whole sewing paper craze became popular. So it's what I'm used to now. And well, and there's no reason you can't. I just and I don't do very much of that. There's a lot of things I want to do and a lot of things I haven't gotten done. Instead, I went and bought more fabric, you know. We needed a day out of the house. And away from all the things that are going on for us. That is another part of why we went to the store, because it's, you know, it's an hour's drive over there. So it's a ways away from here. And it was an outing. If it was just going to the fabric store, Jeff probably wouldn't have gone with me. He went with me because it was an outing. I'm really liking this color combination of whatever this is, though. So whatever I'm making with this. I think that's done. Yep. Sometimes we just need to run away from home, even for a few hours. Yes, Barbara. Well, and I think you guys know that Jeff's dad's been very bad, and um, two 2 weeks ago, Jeff spent the entire. We got a call at 3:30 in the morning. He spent the entire week up in the hospital with his dad. Dad's been in ER 5 times in a month. It's last week we had back-to-back appointments with Dad, the oral surgeon for me. I had an eye appointment, which was not good. Um, I I I have some stuff going on that is just not good. Anyways, so it was just one of those days where we just needed to run away from home. So and we've been doing that. Well, thank you, Barbara. We're all in the same boat, though. There's a lot of you that have the same kind of things going on, and it's just after a while you can't think anymore. You got to run away from home. And since, you know, we could have gone to a movie, but I got a whole bag of fabric instead. So and we usually run away from home in the camper, but we can't do that right now because of the way things are. So yes, Barbara, and my heart goes out to you too, because you know, I know that there's many of you that are in similar situations. Thanks, Andrea, hon. Thank you, Barbara. I'm liking this now. I'm starting to really, really like it. It's going to need some white dots on it. Of course, it's going to need white dots. Oh, goody, the tea fairy came in.
Before I go back out.
Yeah, you going back out?
Yeah, I got another project I'm trying to finish up.
Okay, well, it sounds like you're wearing out. Don't overdo it, because then you'll be sick all week. Just the tea fairy came in to give me tea. Yep. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Okay. Yep, Julie, I totally understand. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate it. What's your last project?
I'm taking that old light pole down.
Oh, the one by the little garage?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're not going to put another light up there?
There's one up there, it's just not on the pole.
Oh.
There's an old one up there, but the power's almost cut to it.
Okay. You don't want to put another one on the pole? Okay. There are some days I wonder if he doesn't make jobs for himself. You know how that goes. Okay. I think it's pretty good, but for some reason, this side needs something. I'm not sure where exactly, but I'm thinking maybe. Yeah, and then, Julie, you end up having to rush home. Yep. Okay, what do we think so far? Don't we think we need one right there? There. All right. So that's as far as I can go right now. It's going to have some white dots. Maybe I could put some white dots in. I probably could if I keep my hands to myself. I might be able to get some white in there. Let's see. Okay. Well, it never fails when you go off, Julie. We was it 2 years ago we went off? in one day, I got 3 phone calls from here. The chiropractor couldn't find Jeff's dad, couldn't find him. My mom's car, they called me about mom's car. I didn't even know it was broke. Then something else happened. Oh, our other friend was in the hospital in one day. We were gone off. Now, luckily, I resolved most things while we were gone off by making phone calls, but that is the way it works sometimes. Okay, so is this one going to give me? Okay, I can't tell if that's going to be good or not. Sometimes some of these pens are not real. Yeah, that's one of them. It doesn't give me a really good white. And unfortunately, I think that's one of them. When it dries, it's going to be, yeah, it's not going to give me a good white. So let's try this one. See, when it's drying, what's happening is that the paint, I don't know, it's all liquid inside of it. It just doesn't do a really good job. So, and that's okay. I just have to find one that's going to be good. And these are getting old, so I probably am going to need to open some new ones. Okay, Rena. There. Yeah, this should work. This should be okay. See what that's going to do? That little bit of white is going to make things pop. Julie, doodles are my thing, right? It's kind of me. I do have to keep my fingers out of the paint. That's, and it takes a while sometimes. Yeah, sometimes you have to go back in and look at it. The other thing is, I have found that when you are sitting, okay, I'm sitting right here, okay, and I'm looking at it this way, okay. So when I look up there and look on the camera at what the camera can see that is straight down, I can see a different perspective, and it gives me what do I want to say? I can see the balance better. Okay, if you're not doing it on camera, what you want to do is you want to kind of let it get dry because you don't want it running, and then hold it up straight in front of you so that when you're looking at it, you can kind of see the balance of it. That is one of the things that I have found with doodling, is that you got to have your doodles kind of balanced. And, you know, that, you know, it's about practice, Julie. How much doodling do I do? 99% of what I do is doodling. So kind of makes it one of those things where, because I do it a lot, it makes it easier. Is that right? Yes, there you go, Barbara. Barbara is so right. If you do it on a, okay, the other thing is my little, okay, wait a minute. Where's my lid? If I find my lid, I'll show you. Where are they? They're right here. Doing something like this size on jelly prints, which gives you something to kind of start with. Okay, it's just about practice to make them. Okay, I don't particularly like that one. It's one of those things. It's one of the ones I don't particularly like. Doesn't matter. It's still going to stay in there. But the more you, oh, that one just kind of came up twice, didn't it? The more you doodle, the more comfortable it gets. You just got to do it. That's right. Well, see, and Julie, I don't like to color. I never have liked to color. Now, I enjoyed myself when I painted the coloring pages for the fairy book. I did enjoy that. Okay. But I don't like to color. Yeah, Barbara, I really think I want to put them into a book. I think they deserve a book. They are a cohesive body of work, and by binding them together in a book, I have to turn this around simply because it's wet. I can't do it over here. Because they're a cohesive body of work, I think that they would be very good bound as a book. Oh, Lisa's here and Dana's here. Hi, guys. So finally able to sit down and watch. Yay! Coloring. Wait a minute. Coloring and shading to make it look 3D. Yep, there you go. See, if you don't like it, cut it up. That's a good idea. Or paint over the top of it. Oh, Lisa's here. Lisa's here. Lisa, did I tell you what I was going to do with this folio last week during our live? Teresa was here, at least in the beginning. There she is. Teresa's there. Yep, she's here. Or do texture things over it. There you go, Julie. I know I had an idea I was going to do with this as a cover for a journal. I was just fixing to ask what you were going to do with it. Okay, well, then whatever my idea for the whatever it was is gone out of my head. So I'll have to be thinking about it. It'll probably come to me in the middle of the night. That's about, the way things are working lately. It'll keep me up. I know I was going to do a journal. I can't remember. I had a different idea to do with it though. It was something specific. So balcony of Fort. Folder ones like I make my wallpaper folio out of. I don't think so. I don't remember. Okay, Barbara, get some good veggies. Cutting it down and using it as for my stack of doodle postcards. I suppose I'll probably with my doodle postcards. Oh, that was good. I stuck my arm in the paint. I will probably bind them a single binding, so I'll just have to have one 4x6. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably use the same binding I use on so many things, the single sheet binding. I just hope it doesn't wash you away, Lisa, because they're telling us that you're going to get a lot of rain. Yes, Julie, that happens to me all the time. But if I don't get up and write it down, I'll forget it. So I don't like to have brainwaves in the middle of the night because I forget what it is I thought about. Just like last Thursday, apparently I've forgotten what this was supposed to be about. I'm glad you're getting it, Lisa. I just hope it doesn't cause more trouble because it's coming in too much of it at one time. That's where the flooding is south of you. Well, I'm glad, Lisa, because when you don't get rain and you don't get rain and you don't get rain, and then when you get a whole bunch of it, there's problems because it just washes the ground away. I think that's all the white dots, at least that size dots. Well, it poured on us a little while ago, just poured. Awesome. Barbara, you didn't see my little book page for today because you were gone. That's what my little book page came out like for today. This may need a little trim. I'm not sure yet. It's sticking out quite a ways. I may have to trim it just a touch, but that's my page for today. It was simple. Okay, now then, where's my little pen? I want to make a bunch of little lines. Yeah. Okay, maybe I can do that with this other little pen. Maybe this will work. Want to trim it? Who knows what you might add to the. Wait to trim it. Yes, that might be what I do. Thanks, Teresa. Yeah, I might wait to trim it because it's okay. I'll tell you what's bothering me is it's crooked. See here, this one's sticking out longer than that one. So I may have to straighten it, but not trim it. This is one of those pins I don't use a lot, so I'm thinking that I needed to prime it, and it looks pretty good. So we'll see how it works. Okay, but can you guys even see those? I understand the need to straighten it, yeah. Uh-huh. You guys might not be able to see them very well, but ooh, I just splattered paint all over everywhere. Okay, let's. Okay, I'm happy that they're not bright white. That's okay with me. Um, I can keep my hands out of the paint. Ooh, that sounds like a fun package, Barbara. I think what I'll do is I'll bring you guys in a little closer, and that way you can see the little white lines as I put them on. Maybe. Yes, because now you can see them. How about that? That is if I keep my hand in the thing. They look pretty like raindrops. Ooh, yes. Okay. I like the idea of them looking like raindrops. And my paint, the black paint is starting to get dry except where I got it thick. So as soon as it gets dry, it will make this a lot easier. You would think that I wouldn't have to think where I'm going to put these little marks, but I do. I have to look at it and then go back and think about where I'm going to put them. You can't go outside because he gets wet. Ah. Yes, Teresa, that song's going to now be stuck in my head because you started it. Do you realize that, right? I got to keep my finger out of any wet paint, and I got to keep. I have have to keep priming this pen. This pen doesn't stay primed good. Oh, I was off camera, sorry. I put it way up there. It's my fault for making you think. Oh, I would give anything for 66 degrees and a slow rain. We had a wicked thunderstorm a little while ago. And I have to move this paint because I keep sticking my arm in it. So give me just a minute. See, I still got wet black paint. Let me put it over here so I quit sticking my arm in it. Because I really don't want to go to the lawyer's office in the morning with paint on my arm. Yeah. When we had the cat, he just thought going outside in the rain was something that he should have to do. I don't know why a cat wanted to go out in the rain, but he did always. Oops. Well, that didn't help. I moved the paper and then I stuck my hand in the white paint. This pen also drips. Don't ask me why, I don't know. It just does. Every once in a while I get some of these that are just ornery. Yeah, none of us are so sweet that we melt. There you go, Lisa. Okay. Let's see here. Maybe I could do this sideways. Will this make it so I could do it sideways? Maybe. Yeah, I could. Oops. See, I keep forgetting that I brought you in closer so you could see them. And Jeff went off-roading yesterday, and the Jeep was an absolute mess. So when we went out to try to find Santa Claus fabric last night, we had to take my car because getting in and out of the Jeep, it was so covered in mud that we just really couldn't get out there. I couldn't believe that between both stores, we could not buy anything to make his Santa Claus suit. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. If you don't melt, you lump up or float away. There you go. That's good, Teresa. Uh-huh. Okay. Hi, Maxine. Our non-productive right now. We are in heat dome, way too hot. Um, I had to go turn the air conditioner down. I'll tell you that much. Um, but Maxine, I'm planning to do something with this as like a cover for a journal, but for the life of me, I can't remember exactly what it was I planned on doing. We were jelly plating last week, and I worked on this so that I could do whatever it was I intended to do, but I can't remember what it was for. Ricky wants to know what I'm doing. I call it doodling. Um, I'm doodling. This is a Teresa. This is a file folder, a giant legal size file folder. And last week when Lisa and I were jelly plating, I jelly plated it, and then on the outside I jelly plated it, and then on the inside I sort of finished jelly plating it. It had some done on the inside. Well, the thing of it is that jelly plates are never quite finished, if you ask me. They're always just a little bit, they need something just a little bit more. So um I'm not sure that I said what I was going to do with it, Lisa. That's the problem. uh Barbara, I think, suggested I go back and watch it. But I'm not sure I said anything about what I was going to do. So it may be one of those things where I can't remember. Okay, like I said, when you can't see the whole thing at one time, sometimes you got to hold it up. I'll back out now so you can see it. But the jelly plates always need layers of stuff on them. They just need to come up. They need to have more layers than. And you can kind of see the little white lines now, just different places. What it was for. Yeah, there you go, Maxine. That is exactly what happened the other day. I am not sure exactly what I had planned, but I had planned something. Um, I was thinking about doing something with it anyways. That so you can help me forget to forget. Oh, you'll have to get very quiet. We'll talk to you again. Barbara, like I said a minute ago, it'll probably happen in the middle of the night. The middle of the night, I'll figure it out. But if I don't get up and write it down, I'll be in trouble. I still think it needs something, but I'm not sure exactly what else it needs. So I'm thinking right this minute. Besides the fact that I think those black dots are going to have white circles inside of them. I hope that's true. I think it needs white circles inside of it. Okay, but to do that, there we go. I need this. But yeah, if you guys all forgot with me, then I wouldn't be alone, right? Tiny black butterflies? Maybe. What if I did Oh, I know what it might need. Wait just a minute. Let me see if they're over here. I was doing something the other day that. Just a minute. Where are they? Wait. Oh, I got too close, didn't I? Okay, back it up. Thank you, Teresa, but I think I might use the leaves. And yeah, the size will probably have to do something with it because I'm not going to do the leaves until I remember exactly what I was going to do um with the cover or with the journal. Because I want to put the leaves on in a more strategic way, if that makes any sense. The thing to me about doodling is that I like everything. I love adding those leaves. Okay, well, all right. So I'm going to add the leaves to it, but I do think I will wait to add the leaves until I have figured out exactly what I'm going to do with it. So the leaves, was it with daybreak and getting cold? What is it with daybreak? Oh, I don't know, Julie. Of course, it never really gets cold at daybreak around here. But I think I'll wait to add the, plus I'll have to cut out some more because this is all I've got cut out. So I'll have to cut out some more. And then I will put them on strategically based on what I'm going to do with the cover because I can't remember exactly. I am sure I'm going to do a pocket because I remember the fact that, let's put these aside again. I remember the fact that this has got this blue down here at the bottom, and I was thinking that will be gone in the pocket. And then this is more cohesive color wise. So but I will put the leaves on it for sure. I'll cut out some more this week when I figure out what it is I'm going to do with what it was I planned, and sit them aside to go with this because I really like them on there. And I really like that the little white circles and the black dots really add to it too. So I'll finish that. They're die cut, Julie. Just a minute, I'll show you. It's a set. Just a minute. I'll go pull it. I'll be right back. Give me just a second. I know what it's called. I just have to find it. really odd. Just 1 second. I'll find it. It's on my... Oh. Oh, I know why it's not there, because this is the wrong computer. Just 1 second. I'll find it. Okay. I think it's called leaf prints. Just 1 minute. And of course, I cannot see chat, so just so you know. Yep, okay. I'm getting it. It is called leaf prints, Julie. It's a Sizzix die. It's called leaf prints, and it is a Tim Holtz Sizzix die called leaf prints. They're a set of thinlits. Okay. All right. Let's put this back up here. Now then, I was going to show you. It cuts out a one like that. Let's do it this way. Okay, so there's one that's solid. Then there's the line that goes over the solid, but it will also cut out of the middle. Wait just a minute. I got it. Here we go. See, it cuts like that. I'll get you something white to put underneath it. So it has like, it has this die that cuts this one, and then it has an outline die that cuts this one, but then if you put both dies together, you get this one. And I've had it for a while, and I have never used it. So I was playing with it the other day. So that will be perfect. I'll just have to get it out and make some more, because I think they'll be perfect on here. I think so too, Lisa. I really liked it. I don't know why. I think, honestly, I think I bought it when I was in Branson, which is what, 2 years ago? And it had never seen the die cutting machine. I have no idea, you know. I got things, and I'm sure I showed it to you when I got it. I don't know. Are we going to need some little tiny black dots on here too? I don't know. I think that if I put much more on there, I won't like it with the... You need them. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay, well. Yeah, there you go, Julie. Mm-hmm. You need them. Uh-huh. One of the reasons I think I got it was that, and I didn't do this the other day, but if you cut this out of plastic or acetate And you could cut it in a more, what do I want to say? You can make it more artistic if you wanted to. Like this one, you know, how they fall kind of thing. I could do the same thing with this, cutting it out of acetate, and I thought it only cut in the center of the page, did not realize I also cut them out. Now okay, wait a minute, Lisa. Let me go get the set, guys. Okay, I'll be right back. I think they're laying on the other table. Okay. Automatic stencil. Yes, an automatic stencil. Okay. Now then, this pair. Okay. How many pairs of glasses does Tanya have on top of her head? Okay. Okay. This one, Lisa, only cuts them out in the middle of the page. Can I lay this down? Yes. Let me look. Okay, give me a second. Because I cut those out too the other day. Okay, let's find a piece of white paper and move this. Okay, I need a piece of white paper, at least something reasonably white. Okay. Oh dear. I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. Okay. Okay. So this abstracty one, like this, the dies only cut out in the middle of the page. Okay. Now, I think they'll be really cool to turn into a stencil. That was one of the reasons why I was cutting it out, to try it. But the other thing is that you could, with scissors, just cut. This one is so easy, you could cut them out and make like individual leaves. But the edges of this die do not, there's no edge piece. This one, let me get the dies out and show them to you. This one, Julie, they do still make it. Yeah. That was an Amazon link I sent. They still actually have it on Amazon. Okay. That link I posted was an Amazon link, just so y'all know. Yes, those abstracty ones would not be hard to cut around. These ones, this piece cuts it out like this. Okay. Because it doesn't have an outside edge to cut around there. So if you just use this piece, you get that. if you just use this piece, wait just a minute, I'll get one. Well, you know, it's not the same one, but you get this. Here, Lisa. There's the Amazon link. Okay, so if you just use this piece, you get a solid one. But if you put, and I'll tell you what, it's kind of a bugger to do. You got to tape them down or use your magnetic plate. You got to put them just inside one another, just barely inside one another, and get them to stay in place. You're welcome, darling. Now you can find it and you can put it on your wish list. See how easy it is to slide it? It doesn't take much to slide it. So what I ended up doing was, and I think I saw Becky do this, I took some washi tape and I put it on there like that, because even on my magnet plate, it wanted to slide. Yeah, Julie, washi tape. She says washi tape, and I haven't even got there yet. I didn't even look up, and Julie had it told. But on my magnetic plate, it kept wanting to move just enough. So I ended up using the regular plate and washi taping them down. But that's when you get the outline. So, but I really, it's gorgeous. I just love that one. It's just so pretty. But I am pretty sure, yep, I know I did, because I know that's where that tag came from. I got these in Branson 2 years ago. There you go. Birthday present to herself. That's how I got my jelly plate. I didn't get myself anything this year. Of course, we were in the desert. So. Oh, Lisa, you missed it. You'll have to, you might have to, maybe it'll be easier if I just show it again. Okay, I have a mess now. I have a really big mess. Okay, I'll have to cut some more of those out because I really want to use those on my thing. Uh-oh. Oh, that's, I'm like, what happened to my screen? Okay, what happened? Oh, yeah. On the sharp side, what washi tape on the sharp side? I'm just going to show her one. She'll have to watch she'll have to scroll through the video. Where did it go? Come here. Where's my bugs? Looky, Lisa. Oh, it's very bad. Somewhere after I did my little journal page, I showed these. I got fabric this week on Monday, Tuesday. I don't know. After the oral surgeon, Jeff took me and he was very good to me. So there's another. Okay, I have the skeleton leaves too, Julie. I have used the skeleton leaves before. I have that set, and I really love them cut out of what do you call it, paper? Just a minute. I'm trying to think if I have where they're at. I'll go get it. I'll be right back. I Googled Tanya one and the skeleton one came up. This skeleton leaves. Okay, let me put this fabric away. I don't want to get any paint on it. This skeleton leaves, it cuts them out. Yes, Jeff took me shopping. At the fancy store, Lisa. I got bugs, I got butterflies, I got way too much fabric. Yeah, Barbara, I enabled Barbara with this one. I've used this one before. And I've actually shown it and used pieces of it. I can't remember what for, but right now, if I could remember what for, I could show you, but I can't remember what I used it for. But these actually have an edge on them, so they actually cut the piece out. So they are independent, is I guess what you want to call it. You don't have to have a separate edge to use them, and they're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous, cut out of jelly prints. And that's what I cut them out, and that's what I used it. I can't remember what I used it on or in. I probably used one in my Sunday book. Maybe I could do that. Maybe I could pull out my Sunday book and see if there isn't one in that. Which, by the way, guys, I did a flip of my Sunday book last night. You sent me a screenshot? Okay, just a minute. Oh, this is totally different. Oh, I have seen this one, Julie, I think. That's a different one. That is really cool. Okay, there are only 5 dies in there, so that means it will cut them out individually. That is a really cool one. I've not seen that one before. They have one at Hobby Lobby, but it's that's really cool, Julie. It's not what do I want to say? It doesn't look like leaves. It's very, very it's more abstract. Oh, you think you're in trouble? I'm always in trouble. Dang it, where is... I thought for sure I used one in here, because I thought I had cut them out for something else, and they were gorgeous cut out of jelly prints, and I had one laying on the table, so I used it, but I can't remember what I cut it out for even. Doesn't look like I did, so I fibbed. No, that's a Biggs die, a steel rule die that I've got. This one, I have a steel rule die that cuts that shape, which I really like. Just, well, okay, I didn't. So anyways, I cut them out of a really pretty orangey brown color that I had. Honestly, I like this, but if it hadn't been clearance, this one was $4.24. I probably would not have bought this one. I do want to cut it out of some acetate though and turn it into a stencil. That's one of the reasons why I bought it, was to turn it into a stencil. But I definitely wouldn't have paid full price for this one. I just don't think I'll use it as much. I think I got this one on clearance too. This one I got in Branson at the scrapbook store, and I did pay full price for that one. Paper Rose has a gum leaf set. Ooh. I'm always in trouble, Julie. And after the fabric store, I am going to have to be really, really behave myself, especially since my bead shows are not what they had been. So that, and having to have a root canal, and I'll also tell you something else, guys. I have apparently got a torn road cager cuff. So my week has been really fun. So far, it's not too bad, and the doctor thinks that maybe we can get it to where I can not have to have surgery on it, but that's just the way things are going around here. Oh, okay. I think this too will make a pretty stencil, Lisa. I haven't decided exactly how I want to do it, whether I want I may make more than one stencil. You know, I may do one like this where I can just use one leaf and then make a big stencil. Well, I've been having a lot of trouble with my right hand and losing hold of things, Lisa, and because of the pain in my shoulder. And I've been going to the chiropractor, and he's got it loosened up some. Hi, Jeannie. Yes, it's that getting old stuff, and the stress levels around here this last month have been high, so everything is compounded, is the deal. So, so this as a stencil like that, but I'm also thinking that I might try to make it more artistic, like okay, I had it out. Don't tell me I've messed up my Tim Holtz stencil. What to do with it? Okay, I have a Tim Holtz stencil in this pile. And you see how it has a flow to it, right? And somewhere I have in one of my birds or something, I have a limb which I could put onto. Yes, Julie, that's part of the problem. Thank you, Jeannie. It's not bad, and between the chiropractor, I've got to go see a what do you call those guys? You know, the specialist for that. The chiropractor thinks that we should be able to get away without having to have surgery if I'm really careful. But it's my right arm, and you know, a gallon of tea is heavy. Every time I go to pour a glass of tea, I have to think about what I'm doing and not pick up the tea bottle. Which is, you know, I mean, it's just stupid things, but it's just one of those things. So I'm just, you know, I'm falling apart. Anyway, so I think that this this would be really fun to do that kind of a stencil. Orthopedic, thank you. Yes, guys, ortho. And you know, since it's not bad yet, maybe we can get it calmed down. And if we get it calmed down, then you know, and if life comes down a little bit around here, maybe that will work. This one, I thought I would be able to make a stencil out of this one, but it doesn't work. No, Lisa, as far as I know, he does not. But I will ask him about it. Where's my pen? I'll ask him about it. He didn't mention it last week. Yeah, Janice. He's been, so the water pitcher itself is heavy too. So I just have to remember to not pick it up off the counter. First off, take it out of the fridge left-handed. I can't pour left-handed. It's so stupid. I can't pour left-handed. So then yeah, we do everything with our shoulders and our arms. But then when I go to pour my tea, I just leave the pitcher on the counter and I pour off the edge of the counter. So I'm not having to pick that weight up. But we've got more movement in it than it would have been. I had those on my shoulder when it was so terrible and they helped. Okay, I will ask him about it because he did not mention it, Lisa. I do have another appointment. No Oh, I don't vacuum. The Tea Fairy vacuums for me. Oh yes, the Tea Fairy is so good. The Tea Fairy has vacuumed for me for years because the vacuum hurts my back. The forward and backwards motion of vacuuming hurts my back. So now that we have hardwood floors, I might Swiffer the floor or something, but Jeffrey usually does the vacuuming. But I thought this one would be really Pearl. You gotta love the Tea Fairy. Now the problem is the Tea Fairy also may have a job, and if he has a job, then Tanya's going to have to step up. But it does not work good to make a stencil because all of these little pieces are not connected. They fall out. So for the same reason, yep. So that was what happened with that one. It does not work. This one works beautifully. This one will work really nice to, I mean, this, I could have just cut this like it is and make a stencil with it. And I may do one with all over pieces on it for the jelly plate. What is that leaf die set called? Which one, Julie? This one? Or this one? This one is called Leaf Print. Leaf Print. This one's called Leaf Fragments. Okay, it's not skeleton leaves. This one is called Leaf Fragments. Come on. Oh, I turned the autofocus off. Just a minute. I get it for you. Come on. Focus. There we go. Okay, so this one is Leaf Fragments. This one is Leaf Print. And this one is Cut Out Leaves. There. And it's after 4 o'clock, and I've been on here since 1, and my body says it's time to quit. Let's see here. We did our little journal page. I didn't do much today. Did my little journal page. I showed you my fabric, and I did this, which I am in love with this. I'm really loving this. And if I put these on it, it will make me really happy. Yep. But I have to remember exactly what I was going to do with this before I put the leaves on it. Because I really think that I want to position the leaves where well, for one, if I'm going to fold up part of it, like my plan is, if I fold up like that, I don't want them to be on the fold because they won't stay good, you know. Um, so, well, Lisa, I hope it continues to rain for you. I don't know, Julie. I really don't know. So, I hope it continues to rain. Um, and I'll talk to you all. Okay, Thursday. I forgot I was going to talk about Thursday. Um, I don't know about Thursday yet because I have to have that root canal Wednesday. So it all depends on how I feel Thursday morning when I get my body out of bed. Okay? Because I have to do that medicine to get through the root canal. So I think I should be fine to stream Thursday, but I don't want to guarantee it, guys, because you know how that goes. Um, I in the past I haven't been. I've been very very tired, but I probably will be here Thursday, and I'll probably have company, but I haven't talked to her yet, so I'll have to talk to her. So but I took last week off. I took this week off, Janice. So, anyways, guys, I will talk to you later, and I love you all, and thanks for being here. Bye bye.